And one of the most viral terms I would say is depression. लोग बोलते हैं इसकी लाइफ में तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, व्हाई इज ही डिप्रेस्ड?
मुझे एंजाइटी हो रही है।
वो सबको होती है, होनी भी चाहिए, एंड देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग विद दैट। जब हम एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर बोलते हैं, दैट इज अ पर्सिस्टेंट स्टेट ऑफ हाइपर अराउजल।
सो अगर किसी के ये थॉट्स हैं तो डू दे नीड मेडिकेशन फॉर दैट?
इट वुड डिपेंड।
कैन वी से women are more prone to these anxiety and depressive disorders?
Depressive and anxiety disorders are found to be more common in
30% of urban India is not sleeping enough. Their sleep quality is poor.
Your brain is confused. रात तो हो गई है लेकिन रोशनी हर तरफ है. That interferes with your melatonin secretion. I've seen children who are hooked onto the screen. You're looking at reels one after the other. Passive scrolling कर रहे हैं, doom scrolling कर रहे हैं. Habit और addiction में फ़र्क है. हाँ, जैसे आपको चाय पसंद है, आपको सुबह 9 बजे चाय नहीं मिले तो आप परेशान हो जाते हैं. But that doesn't really mean that आपको चाय की एडिक्शन है. कि आप पहले थोड़ा सा लेते हैं, उसमें अच्छा लगता है आपको बहुत, कुछ दिनों में उतने से उतना अच्छा नहीं लगता, आपको उसकी डोज बढ़ानी पड़ती है. दैट इज हॉलमार्क ऑफ एडिक्शन.
हमें बस बताओ कि ये 4-5 क्या प्रैक्टिकल चीज़ें कर सकते हैं फॉर अ वेरी साउंड मेंटल हेल्थ?
It's okay to seek help. You know, the earlier you seek help, the better all outcomes are, the easier it is to manage, and all kinds of help are available.
If you have ever said, I am fine when you were not, this episode is for you. वेलकम बैक टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ MHV बाइट्स. यहाँ हम हेल्थ की साइंस समझते हैं एक्सपर्ट से. गाइस, 10 करोड़ इंडियंस एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर्स और डिप्रेशन से सफ़र कर रहे हैं, एंड येट वी हार्डली टॉक अबाउट इट. सो टुडे वी आर जॉइंड बाय समवन जो इस फील्ड में चैम्प हैं. डॉक्टर अनन्या, MD साइकेट्री फ्रॉम एम्स, द मोस्ट प्रेस्टिजियस मेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूट. विल टॉक अबाउट एंजाइटी, डिप्रेशन, chronic stress, postpartum depression, addictions and much more. चलो फिर शुरू करते हैं. Hi Dr. Ananya, welcome to the show.
Hello Ashish, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you. चलो फिर शुरू करते हैं. थोड़ा सा पहले अपना बैकग्राउंड बता दीजिए प्लीज़ कि क्या आपका एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड है, क्या आपने पढ़ाई की है?
So I did my MD psychiatry from All India Institute, New Delhi, AIIMS New Delhi. That was back in 2012. तो 2014 में
13 साल हो गए.
Yeah, it's been a long time. तो 2014 में I passed my MD. Then I worked in AIIMS for 3 years as a senior resident. उसके बाद 10 साल मैंने गवर्नमेंट्स जॉब, डिफरेंट गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस में काम किया एज एन असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, एज अ गवर्नमेंट कंसल्टेंट. आई वाज इन RML फॉर अ वाइल, राम मनोहर लोहिया. देन that was during COVID time. Then I was in ESI hospital for a while, and last I was in Baba Saheb Ambedkar Hospital as a Delhi government consultant.
Wow.
And after being at different places for 10 years, I then transitioned into private practice. Not long back, it's been a year. My husband is also a psychiatrist.
I know him,
also from AIIMS.
Dr. Rishi, yes.
Yeah, so he founded a private establishment called Cognos Mind Care, and finally he convinced to join the same establishment. And now I'm working as a private practitioner with him in North Delhi. And so yeah, that's been my journey as a psychiatrist.
आपने grassroots पे काम किया है, right?
Yeah, I worked in the public health sector for a long time and gained a lot of experience. So the life stories of the challenges of common Indian people for a long time.
So सबसे पहले मुझे ये बताओ कि you are a psychiatrist, right?
Yes.
So बहुत ही बेसिक क्वेश्चन जो मेरे दिमाग में भी पहले रहता था, एंड आई एम श्योर काफ़ी लोगों के दिमाग में रहता है, व्हाट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन साइकाइट्रिस्ट एंड साइकोलॉजिस्ट?
आई एम रियली ग्लैड यू आस्क्ड मी दैट, बिकॉज बहुत से लोगों को नहीं पता होता है. साइकाइट्रिस्ट एंड साइकोलॉजिस्ट आर बोथ मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल्स एज वी आर कॉल्ड, बट थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस रहता है. Psychiatrists, as I said, are doctors, specialized doctors. So psychiatrist बनने के लिए पहले आपको MBBS करना पड़ता है, which is the undergraduate medical degree. And once you have done your MBBS, you have to sit for the postgraduate exam, and then you opt for psychiatry if that's what interests you. Yeah. Wow. And then you become a psychiatrist. And as a psychiatrist, you can prescribe medications. You can write the psychiatric medications. Basically, you're a doctor, you're a licensed doctor, and you come under the MCI, the NMC guidelines. And psychologists would, of course, study psychology, which is a humanities branch. So they would do BA or BSc psychology, then they would do MSc, and then they would do MPhil clinical psychology if you want to practice as clinical psychologist. And what they primarily do is they can do clinical assessments, जैसे आपने सुना होगा IQ assessment, personality assessment, and they do what is called psychotherapy or counseling for various kind of psychiatric issues or mental related issues. So that's the basic difference between psychologists.
So you guys can prescribe medicines, and then they basically do counseling, therapy
etc. and assessments.
किस तरह के generally आप patients देखते हैं, मतलब what kind of issues do you see in your patients these days?
So the spectrum is quite wide, and in the urban metropolitan setting that we work, the most common issues that we see are, of course, depression, anxiety, which are the most common issues, insomnia, stress-related issues, addictions, alcohol addiction, nicotine or tobacco addiction. Adolescents में बहुत issues आते हैं आजकल, screen addiction, behavioral issues, and different forms of anxiety, social anxiety, panic disorder. So these are the common ones that I can think of. और भी बहुत से issues होती हैं, but अगर आप पूछें,
काफी wide spectrum है इन चीज़ों का.
Yes, of course. But जो सबसे common होती हैं day in day out जो हम देखते हैं, then depression, anxiety, addiction, screen and behavioral addiction is the term that we use. Screen addiction, gambling, these are the kind of also issues that जो आजकल बहुत commonly हम face करते हैं, and we have to deal with them.
So let's try to unpack all these terms one by one. Let's start with very basic terms. So what is the difference between anxiety, so stress, anxiety disorder and depression? अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं मेरे ख्याल से. So help us understand क्या हैं ये और इनमें क्या difference है?
Right. So stress, anxiety, depression, I think these are words in everyone's vocabulary right now. But when we talk of them as clinical disorders, they are slightly different, and it's important to understand them. So अगर हम stress की बात करें, stress is कोई भी ऐसी situation हमारे सामने आती है जहाँ हमें लगता है कि हम इससे कोप नहीं कर पाएंगे, या ये हम इसको नहीं झेल पाएंगे, उससे हमें स्ट्रेस हो जाता है. I mean, that is what we understand as stress. And it would also depend on how we are, how our personality is, how we are made. So that's why it's very individual. So what is stressful for you may not be stressful for me. So it will depend on how you are made, what is your life situation. And everybody faces stress at some point of time in life. ऐसा कोई इंसान नहीं है जिसको स्ट्रेस नहीं होता या स्ट्रेस जिसने नहीं देखा हो. And in short measures, stress is not harmful. I mean, हम stress को हमेशा एक as a negative term ही लेते हैं. In our terminology, we use the term eustress and distress. So eustress is that अगर बिल्कुल भी stress ना हो हमें, तो हम we won't be motivated to work. अगर आपका कोई एग्जाम है, इंटरव्यू है, आपको ज़रा, बहुत से लोग हैं जिनको कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, ज़रा सा भी स्ट्रेस नहीं होता. So they don't perform well also. अगर आपको फ़र्क पड़ता है और you are worried about that particular thing, then only you will study, then only you...
किसी चीज़ से कुछ फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा तो आप वो काम करोगे भी.
Right, you'll be careless about it, or you'll be careless about it. So you'll not perform to your optimal efficiency or to your potential. So a little bit of stress is actually good for your performance.
Eustress.
That is eustress. That is the adaptive amount of stress. That is what we say.
And that makes us adapt to certain situations. So when I'm working out and I'm stressing my physical capabilities, does that come under eustress?
Yeah, that basically you challenge yourself.
Okay.
I mean, a little bit of stress motivates you to challenge yourself, to push yourself to your limits, to realize your potential, right? So that is good for you. I mean, that otherwise how would you know what your limits are?
Exactly.
But of course, if stress goes beyond a certain limit, if your stress is chronic, stress continues,
persistent
then it is persistent, हमेशा रहता है, then it triggers some changes at a neurochemical level, at biological level in your body. तो अगर आपको ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा stress हो जाता है when you shift into that negative balance, then it's harmful for you.
Let's move on to the next term which we usually hear these days is मुझे anxiety हो रही है.
Yeah.
And then there's some anxiety disorder where people come to you. What is the difference between the two?
So anxiety is a response, right? What if you say जो हम commonly बोलते हैं कि मुझे anxiety हो रही है, वो सबको होती है. I mean, there's no person in this world who's never had anxiety per se. If we say anxiety, the term anxiety, एग्जाम से पहले एंजाइटी होती है, इंटरव्यू से पहले होता है, या
I was feeling anxious.
मुझे भी हो रही थी, to be honest.
So
if I be
that
honest,
is state of anxiety.
Yeah, that's just a temporary state. Whenever there is a high stake situation or an unknown situation, unfamiliar situation, so temporarily you feel jitteriness, you feel nervous. It could be before an interview, it could be before a date, it could be before anything that is outside your comfort zone.
Exactly.
So that is normal human response. It is usually temporary. It goes away as people adapt to it.
We become familiar to the situation.
You generally adapt to that situation. जैसे आप उससे deal कर लेते हो. And that's completely normal. So that is what in normal sense जो मुझे anxiety हो रही है वाली anxiety है, वो सबको होती है, होनी भी चाहिए. And there's nothing wrong with that. जब हम anxiety disorder बोलते हैं, that is a persistent state of hyper arousal. जो हम बात कर रहे थे कि you are chronically keyed up. पूरे टाइम आप कीड अप होते हो, आपका अलार्म सिस्टम जैक्ड अप होता है, यू हैव सम बॉडीली सिम्टम्स कि रेसिंग हार्ट है, ड्राइनेस ऑफ माउथ है, हाथ पैर ऐसे कपकपा रहे हैं, यू फील मस्कुलर टेंशन, आपके यू मे फील स्लाइट हेड एक, इट्स लाइक सम पीपल से कि चेस्ट में टाइटनेस हो रही है, एज इफ किसी ने कुछ बांध रखा है चेस्ट पे. सो यू मे बिकॉज योर बॉडी इज सॉर्ट ऑफ टाइट एंड कीड अप, सो यू कैन हैव दीज काइंड ऑफ सिम्टम्स. कुछ थॉट्स होते हैं मन में, usually apprehensions and worries. सबको होते हैं apprehensions, but when you have anxiety disorder, they're constantly present. That if you suppose you have an interview or a presentation, you'll constantly keep thinking कि ये तो नहीं हो जाएगा, मैं blank तो नहीं हो जाऊँगी, मैं सब कुछ भूल तो नहीं जाऊँगी, मेरा computer तो नहीं बंद हो जाएगा. And normally अगर ऐसे thoughts आते भी हैं, we are able to distract ourselves or we are able to reassure ourselves that I've done this before. क्यों होगा ऐसा? I'm well prepared. But when you have anxiety at a disorder level, these thoughts will just crowd in your head. They'll hound you. You'll not be able to distract yourself. You'll not be able to focus on anything else. And maybe you'll do certain behaviors that you'll repeatedly check your stuff, or you'll not, you'll be fidgety, you'll pace around. So it makes you dysfunctional. That is the hallmark of, it's very, and it's often very debilitating. Those who suffer from anxiety disorder, they're not able to distract themselves from these thoughts. And sometimes for very simple things also, they have, as if, for example, suppose your spouse or your partner is late for a little while, you're not able to contact. आपका दिमाग सबसे worst situation में जाएगा कि कुछ accident तो नहीं हो गया, कुछ तो नहीं हो गया. Whereas
आप पूरी story दिमाग में बना लेते हो.
Yeah, we call it catastrophization. So you'll always think of the worst outcomes or the worst possible thing that can happen, rather than the common scenarios where normal people are able to sort of wait or restrain themselves. And you're stuck in this kind of a hyper alert, hyper vigilant, catastrophizing state of mind. And it prevents you to calm down. It prevents you from doing what you're supposed to do. And it brings down your efficiency. That's the most important part, that when you have a disorder, it stops you from doing what you do. It makes you less efficient. It brings about dysfunction in your life. You maybe you repeatedly call, or आप अपना काम अच्छे से नहीं करते हो. And that is where...
Because you're only focusing on something which you can't control. And you're just thinking about it.
Yeah, and you can't help it because it's causing so much distress to you. You do it. And that's when you have to sort of realize that this is causing problems for me, and probably I need to seek help or talk to someone or do something about it, basically.
तो आप persistent, आपके दिमाग में अगर worst चीज़ें चल रही हैं किसी सिचुएशन को लेके, और वो काफ़ी समय तक चलता है, तो उसको हम एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर बोल सकते हैं. और भी कुछ सिम्टम्स होते होंगे.
समटाइम्स इट्स रिलेटेड टू अ सोशल सिचुएशन. सम पीपल पर्टिकुलरली हैव सोशल एंजाइटी.
ये बहुत सुना है.
दैट इफ यू हैव टू एड्रेस group or go in any form of social, तो उनको particularly social anxiety होती है. तो the content may change, but yeah, some people may have panic attacks that for
लिफ्ट में
yeah,
जो होता है,
claustrophobia hota
हाँ,
hai.
so that also comes under
That
this?
also comes under anxiety, that in closed spaces or in spaces where you feel that if required I'll be not able to escape from this place.
अगर स्टैम्पीड हो गया तो क्या हो जाएगा?
या स्पेसिफिकली ये थॉट आता है कि यहाँ से अगर मुझे निकलना पड़े तो मैं कैसे निकलूंगी, एज इफ इन अ मेट्रो और अ क्राउडेड बस. सो देयर आर वेरी,
अगर किसी के ये थॉट्स हैं तो डू दे नीड मेडिकेशन फॉर दैट?
इट वुड डिपेंड. सो अगर बहुत सिवियर है, they often do need medication. There are some very good medications available. And because sometimes anxiety can be very impairing. So जब इस तरह के symptoms होते हैं, people start avoiding. There are people who sometimes stop going out of the house.
Where it starts to affect your normal functioning, then medicines would help. So we've talked about like anxiety disorder. Now moving on to the next term, which is depression. राइट. तो जैसे ये बोलें कि मौसम बहुत डिप्रेसिंग है, सो वो क्या वो डिप्रेशन है या मतलब किस चीज़ को डिप्रेशन बोलते हैं?
राइट. अगेन
मूवी बहुत डिप्रेसिंग थी,
मोस्ट
बहुत लूजली ये टर्म यूज़ हो जाता है आज की तारीख में. यू नो पीपल यूज़ इट वेरी लूजली. किसी भी चीज़ में हम यार डिप्रेसिंग है या मैं.
And one of the most viral terms I would say is depressive, depression.
Exactly.
Everything and anything is depressive nowadays. But again,
So how do you, as a doctor, clinically define this and then evaluate depression?
So as human beings, we use this term depressive for anything and everything, including the weather. I mean, थोड़ा सा भी cloudy हो गया मौसम तो it starts
और
looking
दूसरे की बातें भी
depressive.
डिप्रेसिव हो जाती हैं.
बातें डिप्रेसिव हो जाती है, मूवी डिप्रेसिव हो जाते हैं, कपड़े डिप्रेसिव हो जाते हैं. So yeah, of course, but if we want to decode what is clinical depression, which is a very serious issue and should be understood and intervened when it's required. So clinical depression again is a serious psychiatric disorder, and it's a mood disorder. It is a disorder of mood. So mood हम जो समझते हैं is our mood state is something that हम कुछ अच्छी चीज़ होती है तो हम खुश होते हैं, कुछ बुरा होता है हमारे साथ तो हम थोड़ा दुखी हो जाते हैं, ज़्यादा बुरा होता है तो ज़्यादा दुखी हो जाते हैं. बट किसी का भी मूड स्टेट एक जैसा नहीं रहता है, राइट. इट फ्लक्चुएट्स
लाइफ कैसी चल रही है,
लाइफ सर्कमस्टांसेस के साथ. बट एक स्टेबल मूड फिर भी हमारा होता है, ना ज़्यादा खुश ना ज़्यादा दुखी. एक वी कॉल इट यूथाइमिक मूड, जो नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग का रहता है डे टू डे में. एंड इट इज़ रिएक्टिव. ऑन अ नॉर्मल डे टू डे बेसिस आवर मूड रिएक्ट्स टू आवर सिचुएशन, है ना.
Absolutely.
थोड़ी देर के लिए खुश होता है, कुछ अच्छा होता है तो फिर हम वो स्टेबल मूड में आ जाते हैं. झगड़ा हो गया, दुखी हो गए, फिर आ जाते हैं कुछ दिनों के बाद. डिपेंडिंग ऑन वी लूज समबडी, ज़्यादा दुखी हो जाता है, बेरीवमेंट होता है, फॉर फ्यू ग्रीफ होता है, फॉर मे बी फॉर अ मंथ वी आर नॉट not ourselves, but still again we cope. That is human nature to get back to that stability. जब डिप्रेशन होता है किसी को, the mood state becomes sad. persistently sad हो जाता है, and it doesn't react to the positive things that happen.
आपके आसपास हो रहा है.
It could be triggered by something. कभी कभी जैसे bereavement हो गया, उसके बाद sadness में चला गया mood, 1 महीना हो गया, 2 महीना हो गया, 6 महीने हो गए, you doesn't come back to normal. बट इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी. लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि कोई बड़े स्ट्रेसर के बाद ही डिप्रेशन होगा. दिस इज़ अ वेरी कॉमन मिसकंसेप्शन. लोग बोलते हैं इसकी लाइफ में तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, वाई इज़ ही डिप्रेस्ड. दैट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी. देयर इज़ समथिंग कॉल्ड एंडोजेनस डिप्रेशन. दैट because depression is a medical disorder. Depression there are hypotheses that there is neurochemical imbalance in our brain. So there may be a stressor, there may not be a stressor. But the hallmark of depression is that your mood is persistently sad. And चाहे कुछ अच्छा हो भी रहा हो आपके आसपास, you don't feel happy. That is the hallmark of depression. आपका किसी चीज़ में मन नहीं लगता है. जो पहली चीज़ें आपको अच्छी लगती थी, your favorite movie doesn't feel good. Your favorite food doesn't appeal to you anymore. You don't feel like going out. You don't feel like pursuing your hobbies. You don't want to shop. Maybe there was something that you really liked. You don't want to do it anymore. So that is something, you lose interest. You don't have a drive. Life starts feeling meaningless. you start questioning कि why should I do this, why should I do that. कुछ depressive thoughts आने लगते हैं मन में कि everything is hopeless, मेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. You start having feelings of guilt, I am worthless. We call them depressive cognitions.
Okay.
कि खुद को blame करना. You look at past and you only remember all the bad things that have happened. कि ये बुरा हुआ था, वो बुरा हुआ था,
मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों
मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों हुआ था. You only focus on the negatives in your life. And physical symptoms भी होते हैं, भूख नहीं लगती. You have decreased energy. You have to sort of push yourself to get out of bed.
Sleep also is
Sleep
affected.
can decrease. When you get up in the morning, you don't feel fresh, as if you've not slept at all. So, ज़रूरी नहीं कि सारे symptoms हो, but these are certain symptoms that जो चीज़ आप बहुत आसानी से कर लेते थे, now suddenly it feels like a task. That a homemaker में से कि मैं जो खाना आराम से बना लेती थी, सुबह टिफ़िन अच्छे से बना लेती थी, suddenly it feels like a
पहाड़ जैसा
लगने लगता है. या if you're a student, children can also suffer from depression, and one of the common things that happen कि जो बच्चा अच्छे से पढ़ता था, suddenly their grades start falling. So these are kind of things that can sort of indicate that maybe something is wrong, you're not feeling okay, and you need to seek help, you need to talk to somebody, and इंसान बुझा लगेगा, they'll not smile, they'll not react.
So डॉक्टर एक चीज़ बताओ इसमें, जैसे मुझे फीवर है तो मैंने देख लिया मेरा टेम्परेचर 102 है, तो मैं भी बता सकता हूँ मुझे फीवर है, मेरे आसपास वाले भी बता सकते हैं, डॉक्टर भी बता देगा कि तेरे को फीवर है, दिस इज व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, राइट. बट इन मेंटल डिसऑर्डर्स स्पेसिफिकली, नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट डिप्रेशन, आर देयर एनी टेस्ट्स कि ये देख के मतलब हाउ डू यू गेज वेदर somebody is just sad momentarily or it's a state of clinical depression?
Right, that's a very nice question, and I'm glad you asked me that. So for majority, and one of the reasons why mental disorders are probably so misunderstood and underdiagnosed is that mental disorders की जो causation है वो multifactorial है, and it is at a neurochemical level in our brain. So we don't have direct blood tests as in जैसे डायबिटीज़ में होता है या हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म में होता है कि भाई आप सस्पेक्ट कर रहे हैं, आपने एक ब्लड टेस्ट करा लिया, ये आ गया तो नाउ यू नो कि आपको डायबिटीज़ है,
इतना आ गया तो आप डायबिटिक हो,
right.
या मतलब थायराइड में आपका ये बढ़ा हुआ आ गया तो आप,
yeah, exactly.
दिस इज नॉट द केस फॉर
this is not the case for depression or anxiety per se, or majority of the mental disorders. Here the जो biological changes हैं, they are at a brain level, and we at this moment don't have tests to directly access that.
So साइंस इतनी आगे चली गई है, हम पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं, मार्स पे वो बना रहे हैं, हम मतलब प्लॉट्स भी बना रहे हैं, वहाँ पे रहेंगे अभी अगले 25-30 साल बाद,
hopefully.
बट हम
और
ब्रेन को डायग्नोज नहीं कर पाए, वी स्टिल नॉट एबल टू डायग्नोज कि ये डिप्रेशन इस टेस्ट से पता लगेगा. We still are qualitative about that.
We are not exactly qualitative. We have structured clinical, questionnaires, tests, and it's not that the tests are subjective. They are, we do clinical evaluations which are quite objective. It is just that you have to understand that the brain is very complex. We are looking at the mind, and यहाँ पे जो problem है वो न्यूरोसर्किट्री के लेवल पे है, that the brain is sending chemical signals, and there is a problem at the level of signaling, chemical signaling, जो neurotransmitters हैं. So that is what we are trying to look at. So a blood test cannot sort of reflect that dysfunction. So we have functional MRIs to suggest changes. So at a translational research level, there are a lot of findings for depression, for anxiety, for various mental disorders. But on a day-to-day basis, it is,
still a
it is still, it is not translated to a blood test that you can do at a, in a physical level कि आपने ये blood test करा लिया, and that sort of gives you a report on how much depression that you have, because it's not a structural problem.
So if I summarize the difference between the two, anxiety is something where we are worried about future, You can correct me if I'm wrong. So anxiety is something which I am worried about future कि क्या होगा, मतलब ये गलत होगा, right? और depression is something about past. मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों हुआ, मेरे साथ ही क्यों हुआ, मैं गलत था, मैंने गलत किया, right? Am I right? So anxiety is about future, depression is about past. ऐसा बोल सकते हैं?
Partly, yes.
Okay.
Anxiety is primarily, yes. जो anxiety के thoughts होते हैं, they are mostly directed towards future. कि ये होगा तो क्या हो जाएगा, वो होगा तो क्या हो जाएगा. What if I do this? What if I do that? So
Future
they are
scenarios.
directed towards the future primarily. Depression में there are, I mean, along with past, also the present also feels bleak that my life is meaningless at this
it's
point.
worthless.
And also
There's
people,
कोई point नहीं है जीने
कोई point नहीं है जीने का. They may have an existential sort of, you know, void that what is the purpose of my life? Everything that I've done is meaningless. I mean, that is also, I mean, it's not necessary that everybody, this is often when people have very severe depression, they think like that. Mild depression, they may not think like that. But yes, in depression, people are more prone to look towards the past and focus more on the negatives in the past.
Okay. ठीक है. So एक और चीज़, is there any gender thing here where, you know, can we say women are more prone to these anxiety and depressive disorders? How do you look at it? मतलब आपकी practice में आप क्या देखते हो कि जनरल जो आपके 10 में से कितने लोग men women का क्या रेशियो रहता है, और is there any science behind it?
Yes, depressive and anxiety disorders are found to be more common in women than men somehow. So
ऐसा क्यों है?
there are many hypotheses for that. There could be social factors. One, that women do face some psychosocial adversities more than men. Women do face more gender-related violence, with gender disparity. Nutritional factors are also there in women. If you see anemia, most kind of nutritional parameters, women fare badly. So that is one factor. Other than that, certain specific forms of depression are also more common in women, like, you know, postpartum depression, and reproductive hormones का भी some etiological role है depression में, that fluctuations in reproductive hormones, you know, around childbirth, that is also one of the factors.
So ठीक है, थोड़ा सा, because you know हमारे 98% of our clients at My Health Buddy are women.
Okay.
And 70% of them are mothers. So I think it would be a very relevant topic for them. आपने जो बात बोली postpartum depression वाली, तो क्या होता है ये और क्यों होता है और कैसे पता लगा जाए कि कोई है उस स्टेट में?
This is one topic that I'm always happy to talk about, and I'm really glad that people are talking about, you know, postpartum, not just depression, peripartum, postpartum mental health issues. And, you know, in fact, before we talk of postpartum depression per se, I would like to say that not just postpartum, even antepartum anxiety is a common feature, you know, around childbirth, not just postpartum. Antepartum anxiety is also a feature. You know, pregnancy in general is an anxiety-inducing state, because from the time a woman becomes pregnant, reproductive hormones change in your body. You know, they start increasing.
Estrogen and
progesterone. Initially, they hike, they skyrocket. Once you deliver a child, they suddenly dip.
Okay.
Your body is going through Herculean changes. There is fluid retention. There is so many things. Your diaphragm is shot up. You're having shortness of breath. You're having hyperemesis gravidarum. So many women have morning sickness. You're dealing with so many things. So not just depression. Anxiety is also a very common feature right from a time that women conceive. So that's just one thing that I wanted to bring to the table. Along with that, postpartum depression is, of course, it's quite common. It's around, 25 to 30% women do suffer from postpartum depression. And one of the reasons is, जो बोला गया है research में, is that there is this sudden dip of initially जो reproductive hormones होती हैं, progesterone, estrogen, वो बढ़ती हैं during the pregnancy, and childbirth के बाद डिप होती
एकदम
है,
crash
एकदम
होती
से क्रैश होती हैं. सो इट इज सेड दैट probably that wild fluctuation has a role in the mood state. That is one hypothesis. Other than that, of course, that initial period of being a
Postpartum,
mother
yeah.
is stressful for a woman. There is sleep deprivation, there are issues with lactation, often you're figuring out so many things, often you're not taking care of your nutrition. So various issues which
सारे फैक्टर क्लब होके
club हो जाते हैं, and then there is a baby to take care of with all of that.
and you gain 15-20 kgs.
Yeah, you're dealing with your own bodily changes. You're
yes.
dealing with a baby. You may or may not have the adequate amount of support. And before postpartum depression, having the baby blues, postpartum blues, that is a normal physiological thing that most women suffer from.
Which is normal, which every mother faces.
Yeah,
but eventually,
yeah.
if that persists for maybe 2 months.
Yeah, that usually should settle by 2 weeks. Women
Okay.
feel very labile, tearful, mood upset हो जाता है. But if you have good support, good nutrition, generally 2-3 हफ्ते में वो निकल जाता है.
फेज निकल जाता है.
Yeah.
बेबी ब्लूज जिसको आप
Baby blues जिसको बोलते
then
हैं.
postpartum depression is
Postpartum depression
severe.
is, of course, it's not a normal thing. And
क्या symptoms हैं उसके?
again, there is depression where there is a persistent low mood. A mother would not feel happy, not feel happy even to see the child, not feel that bonding जो naturally mother को आता है अपने बच्चे के प्रति, वो नहीं आ पाता है. She may have decreased appetite, she may feel very fatigued, crying spells हो सकते हैं, suicidal ideations हो सकते हैं. So again, it's a serious condition. She'll not be able to take care of
the idea of hitting the baby as well?
In a very severe form of postpartum, because sometimes postpartum depression, if it's very severe, can be associated with symptoms of what we call postpartum psychosis, where they may say that this baby is not mine, or may have hallucinations, or may do something to harm the child. That's उसकी percentage बहुत कम होती है. But if it is there, then it's something which is very worrying and which should be diagnosed and taken care of at the earliest, right? So in general, postpartum depression is something which should be taken care of if at all it is there. And
so doctor, एक चीज़ जो आपने बड़े अच्छे से समझाया कि postpartum depression क्या है, 25 to 30% women तक को है इंडिया में ये. तो what can the family members do? मतलब क्या किस तरह से उनको डील करना चाहिए सिचुएशन, क्या चीज़ें उनको बोलनी चाहिए या क्या चीज़ें नहीं बोलनी चाहिए? How to deal with this?
So one of the major reasons that postpartum depression या तो सामने नहीं आता है या women don't seek help for that is that you see, childbirth is a moment of celebration usually. वो एक घर में माहौल होता है चहल पहल वाला, that everybody expects people to be happy that there is a baby in the house, and सारा फोकस बच्चे पे होता है और माँ पे कम होता है. मदर के लिए there is a lot of work to deal with. And firstly, that when a mother is feeling sad or she's going through postpartum depression, it's not a state that even she expects to be in. Everybody expects a mother to be happy, to bond with the child, to look forward to being with the child, taking care for the child. So she also finds it difficult to express it to others.
Guilty feel
होता है कि मुझे खुशी की जगह दुख हो रहा है, मुझे अपने बच्चे से बॉन्डिंग नहीं हो रही, मतलब मेरा मन ही नहीं कर रहा, बच्चे को देखने का मन नहीं कर रहा है, पड़े रहने का मन कर रहा है. तो इट इज़ अ डिस्ट्रेसिंग स्टेट फॉर हर. एंड ऑफन जब वो ये बताती भी है, घर वालों को एक तो समझ नहीं आता. Sometimes knowingly, unknowingly, they trivialize it कि कुछ नहीं होता टाइम स्पेंड कर बच्चे के साथ, या they judge it. और
अरे पागल, बड़ी मुश्किल से तो अब हुआ है, तुम लोग इतने सालों से
कोशिश कर रहे थे,
अब तेरे को तू अपने कह रही है कि
they are not able to understand the fact that a mother is not wanting to bond with the child. It's something so different or difficult for them to understand that they either trivialize it or they judge it, or she doesn't get a space to express that suffering, that depression. So that is one very common social scenario especially in an
how
Indian
do-
context.
So how do we create that safe space where she can come out of
So,
that?
most important is that when a mother specifically is saying that I'm feeling sad, I'm not feeling all right, I'm not able to take care of my child, so it is something to, it's an alarming situation. So, family should allow her to express that, to listen, to give her a non-judgmental, safe space to express, and seek help.
Okay.
And encourage her to seek helps, facilitate seeking help, because it is a form of depression जिसके लिए अगर आप help लेते हैं तो वो ठीक हो जाता है. It's as in for any other disorder, आप time से उसके लिए मदद लो, तो whether it's treatment, whether it's medical treatment or whether it's
Counseling,
psychotherapy,
therapy,
जो भी है,
yeah.
अगर आप help लेते हैं तो things get better.
Okay.
Rather than sort of brushing it under the carpet or going into denial about it, where it just worsens.
Time के साथ अपने आप ठीक हो
Time
जाएगा.
कि people seek help when a mother becomes absolutely dysfunctional or when she's absolutely not able to take care of the child, and then they feel कि something is not right, rather than waiting for that moment of extreme dysfunction. When a mother is reporting that I'm having sadness of mood, or she looks tearful, or she looks out of sorts, recognize that, give space for that expression, and seek help on time. I mean, that's the responsibility of the family, of the spouse, of the caregivers, by which this is something that can be, taken care of and should be taken care of on time.
तो जैसे बच्चे को टाइम पे वैक्सीन आप करा रहे हो, उसी तरह से
exactly.
if she is reporting
Yeah.
something, आप
Yeah.
उसमें देर ना करें,
Yeah.
and they should seek professional help.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So, doctor, ये तो हो गया postpartum depression where, in most cases, if given enough support, the mother would be willing to take professional help. है ना, वो ये नहीं करेंगे नहीं मैं नहीं जा रही, ऐसा नहीं करेंगे. ज़्यादातर केसेस में बोले कि वो कर, दे आर ओपन. बट इन जनरल डिप्रेशन विच वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट अर्लियर, अगर आपकी फैमिली में किसी को वो जो सिम्टम्स हैं जो हमने डिस्कस किए, एंड बट द फैमिली मेम्बर इज़ नॉट रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट इट, तो उन केसेस में कैसे हम इनकरेज करें कि वो किसी प्रोफेशनल हेल्प लें?
Unfortunately, there are a lot of misconceptions around mental symptoms, mental disorders, and there is a lot of stigma also. I mean, that these are the main reasons why people don't seek help. मतलब आपको बुखार होता है या आपको डेंगू हो जाता है, तो आप ये नहीं सोचते ना कि आप नहीं मैं नहीं जाऊँगा डॉक्टर के पास, या नहीं जाऊँगी, या अपने आप से ठीक करूँगी, या it's a label on me. But if you're feeling sad, or if you're having depression or anxiety, people resist often to seek help, or they take it as a value judgment on themselves, that something is wrong with me, or it's a character flaw. So what they can do is reassure them that it's like any other illness that anybody can suffer from. It's not a judgment on them.
लेकिन मुझे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं ना, मैं क्यों ही जाऊँ?
Sometimes, they can gently steer them towards the dysfunction that they're, see, if somebody is suffering from a disorder, there would of course be dysfunction, right?
Exactly. So that's...
अगर dysfunction नहीं है, तो probably it's not a disorder. So they can highlight to them, demonstrate to them,
gently remind them कि देख इसकी वजह से तू
your
ये नहीं कर
grades
पा
have
रहा.
fallen, और see पहले आप ये चीज़ इतने अच्छे से करते थे, अब आप नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, या this is who used to be, now your relationship is suffering, or used to go out of the house, now you just are not going out of the house, or whatever. So you can try to show them how their lives have changed. That is one thing that they can do. Sometimes people are they don't want to, they think that हमें दवाई शुरू हो जाएगी, they have misconceptions about medicine, that medicines are addictive or something like that. They can just say that just seek a consultation. People have different kinds of.
एक बार मिल तो ले.
एक बार मिल लो आप. Just take a consultation. You don't need to follow it. Something like that. They can seek just take a therapy session maybe. Sometimes people are amenable to a therapy session where they feel कि चलो डॉक्टर से बातचीत होगी, दवाई नहीं prescribe होगी. So sometimes it works, when you try to sort of, and when family and maybe not once or twice, but when family repeatedly reassures, and people who you trust, people who are in your safe space, when they repeatedly, gently remind you or they tell you that it's okay, then maybe people at some point of time they do shift their perspective. So that is one thing that often works. And nowadays many people are coming out, celebrities are coming out, they are sharing their stories of vulnerability. So that mindset is it's a good thing to see that it is changing, that when public figures are sharing their stories of seeking help, because it takes courage to seek help.
हाँ, अभी कुछ वीडियो भी आया था, आमिर खान, he was saying that he was seeking therapy. एक पॉडकास्ट में एक कुछ था, वीडियो देखा था. Then I think there's a couple therapy as well. आलिया और रणबीर ने शायद, I'm not sure, but ऐसा मुझे याद आ रहा है कि ऐसा कुछ वीडियो था उनका. They were seeking couple therapy.
So when public figures or figures of inspiration, when they share their stories of vulnerability, it gives people faith that even we can.
वो therapy ले सकता है तो मैं तो क्या हूँ.
Yeah, exactly. So many. I mean, there was this. Olympic runner as well, when she took, I'm forgetting her name, she took a break last year, then she, because of depression, and then she went back and she won medals as well. So it's all right. I mean, if you're not feeling all right, it's all right to take a break, heal yourself, and then you bounce back and you are again who you are. But it's important to seek help.
जैसे कोई फिजिकल इलनेस है उसमें आप डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो, ऐसे ही ये इलनेस है और इसमें डॉक्टर के पास जाने की ज़रूरत है. अपने आप को जज मत करो कि मैं किसी तरीके से inferior हूँ अगर मैं.
Mental health is also a part of health.
Exactly.
I mean, it is health. It's not something special or something outside of.
So Dr. Ananya, let's switch gears to something different now.
Okay.
Depressive बातों से बाहर आते हैं.
Okay.
Right. So 30% of urban India is not sleeping enough. Their sleep quality is poor.
Yes.
What is happening with, मतलब सो जाओ ना पढ़ के, मतलब what is happening with the sleep with the Indians?
So many reasons to begin with. One is the lifestyle that we have.
Of course, yeah.
The kind of jobs that we have. If you see the corporate lifestyle, you have meetings with overseas client and figuring out the time zones. You're working at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., shifting time zones. So if we get a little technical about it, हमने cortisol की बात करी थी पहले. So just like cortisol, there is another very fundamental hormone which is released from a gland in our brain, which is called melatonin, which I think most people have heard.
अब सुनने में आ गया है.
सबने सुन लिया. मेलेटोनिन सप्लीमेंट्स भी मिलती हैं, ओवर द काउंटर भी मिलती है, सब ले लेते हैं, thinking that it's just going to zap our sleep systems, correct stuff. Anyway, but cortisol or melatonin in a way are related to sleep. So melatonin is the primary hormone that signals sleep for us. It is released in the evening. शाम को वो रिलीज होती है, एंड इट टेल्स अ ब्रेन कि अब डार्क हो गया है, रात हो गई है, अब सोने का वक्त आने वाला है, वाइंड डाउन करो, काम हो जाओ. इट सॉर्ट ऑफ टेल्स योर ब्रेन कि दिस इज नाउ द स्लीप टाइम इज अप्रोचिंग, सो यू नीड टू स्लीप. That is again an evolutionary thing, right? When it is night time, we were supposed to sleep. That's how it is. But the thing is that now there is no night time, natural night time for us. As human beings, we have artificial lights all the time. Even when the lights are not on, our screens are on. Even when you're on your bed, lights are off, you're under your blanket, but your
Social
screen
media
is with you. Yeah. So that interferes. Your brain is confused. कि रात तो हो गई है लेकिन रोशनी हर तरफ है. That interferes with your melatonin secretion.
क्या हो रहा है, मतलब ये blue light, how does it affect?
So all our screens have blue light, which impairs melatonin, which fundamentally interferes with melatonin secretion.
Okay.
And blue light filters के बारे में भी सबको पता है, but it does not 100% take care of. It's there for our psychological benefit कि हमने blue light filter लगा दिया, हमारा screen yellow हो गया, but it cannot take care of entirely कि it doesn't filter blue light entirely, so it still interferes with melatonin secretion. सेकंड है जो ये हमारे क्रॉनिक स्ट्रेस है अर्बन लाइफ में, हम ट्रैफिक में फंसे हैं, हम बहुत से परेशान हैं, हमारा काम बहुत ज़्यादा है, EMI देना है, फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रेस है, रिलेशनशिप स्ट्रेस है, फलाना स्ट्रेस है, आर कॉर्टिसोल लेवल्स आर परसिस्टेंटली एलिवेटेड. सो कॉर्टिसोल भी मेलेटोनिन को सप्रेस करता है. सो क्रॉनिक स्ट्रेस दैट
ये दोनों हार्मोन उल्टा काम करते हैं.
हाँ, तो
कॉर्टिसोल
yes.
when we get up in the morning it is highest. It prepares us to take on the tasks. हम अपनी रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी को वो करने
you
के लिए
need
तैयार
that
रहते हैं.
burst of metabolism in the morning to
Exactly. So for
kickstart
that
its
there is cortisol, and then as the day progresses वो कम होने लगता
कम हो
है
जाती है.
और शाम को
शाम को
आते
मेलेटोनिन tells you कि भाई अब
तो वो
शांत
दोनों
होने
एक
का
दूसरे
time
काम
आ
करते हैं. लेकिन अगर रात को भी शाम को भी कॉर्टिसोल हाई रहेगा बिकॉज ऑफ क्रॉनिक
Various
स्ट्रेस
reasons,
जो आपने
yes,
बताया,
yes.
तो वो मेलेटोनिन को सप्रेस करता है, उस वजह से नींद डिस्टर्ब होती है.
disturb होती है.
बिल्कुल.
Absolutely. Then of course the other practices that we use a lot of caffeine.
Oh yeah.
You know, you have to work till 3 a.m. You're drinking coffee.
कैफीन क्या कर रही है स्लीप के साथ?
So caffeine is again activating, you know. Caffeine, because it's activating, it interferes with sleep. Then tea, coffee.
दोनों में कैफीन है.
Tea has theophylline.
Okay.
Again, it's similar to coffee. So it's again individual. Some people are more sensitive to the activating effect of tea. Some people are more to coffee. But we consume it more than we should. And we again consume it more during the evening, at night. And lifestyle, of course, the kind of work shifts that we have. एक महीने हम रात को काम कर रहे हैं, एक महीने हम दिन में काम कर रहे हैं. We expect our biological cycles to keep switching with social demands, which is not how it should be. So that also interferes with, there's this term called social jet lag, that the kind of life that we have, it's almost like we are switching time zones. And body cannot keep up with that kind of erratic lifestyle.
और हम फिर कॉफ़ी पीते हैं multiple
if
times
you
of
have
the day and
to
we
sort
think
of stay awake, you're not supposed to stay awake at 3 a.m.
So to be active, to complete the project, वो PPT तैयार करनी है. But you know, caffeine जो है वो गड़बड़ करती है. तो मेरे ख्याल से 2-3 बजे के बाद दिन में कैफीन नहीं लेना चाहिए.
Absolutely. And some people are prone to insomnia, even जैसे जिनको एंजाइटी होती है, डिप्रेशन, like I said, वहाँ पे भी स्लीप डिस्टर्बेंस होती है. So अगर आपको इंसोमनिया है, स्लीप डिसऑर्डर है, then you will be even more sensitive to the effects of caffeine, to tea.
वो एडिनोसिन रिसेप्टर्स को ब्लॉक करता है कैफीन, और इस वजह से we feel active और
and even though you may be very fatigued, but you'll not
physically
be able to
you're
sleep.
fatigued, but
and it's a very bad state to be in. I mean, you're feeling completely drained, but नींद नहीं आती है. And then in the morning you feel completely washed out and you're not able to focus. You have a headache and you're not fully efficient. And then you go to work and you have that bad day. So again, and that perpetuates that cycle of chronic stress. So that's that urban stressful life that many people day in day out you live. And this kind of lifestyle also makes you prone to depression and anxiety, because when you're in chronic stress, फिर कुछ भी थोड़ा trigger होता है.
Chronic stress हर चीज़ की जड़ लग रहा है. आज हमने ये बात तो डिस्कस कर ली है ना?
Absolutely.
Right. So doctor, let's move on to another very important thing, which is addictions. बहुत कॉमन हो गया है आजकल. सो हाउ डू यू डिफाइन इट? और जैसे लूजली भी यूज़ कर देते हैं ये वर्ड, ये भी डिप्रेशन की तरह एडिक्शन भी बड़ा लूजली कि शुगर इज़ एडिक्टिंग, राइट? तो हाउ डू यू डिफाइन एडिक्शन और क्या पैरामीटर्स हैं उसके?
सो एडिक्शन इज़ अगेन आज के दिन में वी कंसिडर इट एज अ डिसऑर्डर, एंड एज वी नो दैट देयर आर मेनी कंडीशंस जो एडिक्शन के अंडर आता है. तो एडिक्शन में भी देर आर ब्रेन चेंजेस, देर आर डिसफंक्शनल बिहेवियर्स दैट वी सी. सो कोई एक चीज़ नहीं होती है सिर्फ एडिक्शन बोलने के लिए कि अगर हम थोड़ा मीठा ज़्यादा खाते हैं तो हमें नहीं बोलना चाहिए कि हमें शुगर एडिक्शन है. नॉट दैट इट्स अ हेल्दी हैबिट, मे बी इट्स एन अनहेल्दी हैबिट, बट टू कॉल समथिंग एन एडिक्शन, जैसे कि हम commonly we say that tobacco addiction है या alcohol addiction है, या more serious issues like weed or opioids, or I mean there's so many other, cocaine, morphine, whatever. to call something an addiction, there are some parameters, right? कुछ क्राइटेरिया होती हैं, वो फुलफिल करने पे ही हम बोलते हैं कि वो एडिक्शन है. एंड हर चीज़ की एडिक्शन नहीं होती है. हो सकता है कोई चीज़ आपको पसंद है, आप थोड़ा ज़्यादा लेते हैं, वो एडिक्शन नहीं कहलाएगी.
तो हैबिट और एडिक्शन,
हैबिट और एडिक्शन में फ़र्क
हो
है.
गया किसी चीज़
हाँ,
के,
जैसे आपको चाय पसंद है, थोड़ा आपको सुबह 9 बजे चाय नहीं मिले तो आप परेशान हो जाते हैं, बट दैट डजंट रियली मीन दैट आपको चाय की एडिक्शन है. देयर आर सर्टन things, addictive substances, for which you're prone to get addicted to, वो आपके दिमाग में कुछ अलग तरीके से हिट करती है, क्योंकि those are the ones which you get addicted to. जैसे आप whether we say smoking हो गया या अल्कोहल हो गया, तो जब उस चीज़ को आप लेते हो, और हर किसी को नहीं होता है, for some people who suffer from addiction. So there are some neurochemicals that are released in your brain, specifically, dopamine होता है, जो pleasure hormone होता है हमारा, कि वो एक burst of dopamine release होता है आपके brain में, much more than, जैसे कोई भी अच्छी चीज़ होती है या आप anticipate करते हो, तो हमारे brain में वो pleasure hormone release होता है. That's why you are looking forward to it. तो addiction में वो चीज़ many fold होता है, 10x होता है, 50x होता है, much more than anything else. And बार बार होता है तो वो हमारे ब्रेन में एक सर्किट होता है, जैसे हम रिवॉर्ड सर्किट बोलता है, तो वो सब्सटेंस उस चीज़ को हाईजैक कर लेती है. तो इसलिए आप उसको बार बार लेने लग जाते हो, दैट यू स्टार्ट लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू इट मोर देन एनीथिंग एल्स. सो जब आपको एडिक्शन होने लगता है किसी चीज़ का, सो दिस इज़ व्हाट हैपन्स एट योर ब्रेन लेवल. दैट्स वाई वी आर कॉलिंग इट अ डिसऑर्डर. जैसे लोगों को एडिक्शन से एक मॉरल इशू होता है, दैट्स वाई पीपल लेबल अदर्स एज एडिक्ट्स, और उनको नशेड़ी है, सोशली उनको ऑस्ट्रेसाइज करते हैं, जजमेंट, बिकॉज बहुत से सोशल डिसफंक्शन होते हैं. बट वी ऑल्सो हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट्स अ डिसऑर्डर एंड हैज़ टू बी ट्रीटेड, बिकॉज उस इंसान के दिमाग में ये चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, इसीलिए ही बिकम्स डिपेंडेंट ऑन दैट सब्सटेंस.
वो जान के नहीं कर रहा है.
हाँ, किसी कारण से शुरू होता है कि आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी या पियर्स के साथ आपने शुरू किया, जो भी रीज़न होता है, यंग एज में होता है कि आप एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं लाइफ के साथ, यू वांटेड टू ट्राई समथिंग, आपने लिया, आपको हाई हुआ, आपको अच्छा लगा, आप लेने लग गए, एंड वो आपके ब्रेन में केमिकल्स रिलीज होते गए शुरू. और इसमें एक बहुत कॉमन चीज़ होती है विच इज़ कॉल्ड टॉलरेंस, कि आप पहले थोड़ा सा लेते हैं, उसमें अच्छा लगता है आपको बहुत, कुछ दिनों में उतने से उतना अच्छा नहीं लगता, आपको उसकी डोज बढ़ानी पड़ती है. दैट इज हॉलमार्क ऑफ एडिक्शन.
Okay, so that's the first condition to be met when we call something addictive, that उसकी tolerance बढ़ती चली जाती है.
तो इसीलिए प्रॉब्लम आती है कि पहले आप एक ड्रिंक लेते हैं, आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है, कुछ दिनों में एक ड्रिंक से काम नहीं चलता है, 2 लेनी पड़ती है, 1 क्वार्टर लेना पड़ता है, आधी बोतल लेनी पड़ती है, एंड दैट्स नॉट गुड फॉर योर हेल्थ, राइट, एंड यू गेट इंटॉक्सिकेटेड, यू गेट इनटू प्रॉब्लम्स. दूसरी होती है कि जिस दिन नहीं लेते हैं, योर बॉडी रिएक्ट्स,
जिसको विड्रॉल
सिम्पटम्स कहते हैं, एंड एवरी सब्सटेंस विल हैव इट्स ओन डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट रिसेप्टर्स इट एक्ट्स ऑन. अल्कोहल के अपने विड्रॉल सिम्टम्स होते हैं, टोबैको के अपने होते हैं, कोकेन के अपने होते हैं, तो इसलिए लेना पड़ता है.
वंस यू आर सिम्पटम, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अल्कोहल के ही बताओ थोड़ा, सबको समझ में.
सो अल्कोहल इज़ वेरी कॉमन. सो अल्कोहल, जैसे अगर कोई डिपेंडेंट है अल्कोहल पे, इफ यू आर एडिक्टेड टू अल्कोहल एंड सडनली आपने किसी कारण से नहीं लिया, तो यू विल हैव स्वेटिंग, यू विल हैव पैल्पिटेशंस, की हार्ट बीट तेज हो जाती है, बीपी शूट करता है, नींद नहीं आती है, कंपन, हाथ में ऐसे कंपन होते हैं, एंड in very severe cases people may have seizures also, we call as withdrawal seizures, या people may have delirium also. delirium मतलब गफलत में जाना. So these are very serious kind of, not everyone has them, but अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा डोज में लेते हैं, बहुत, जैसे कुछ लोग up to 1 bottle ले लेते हैं, and 1 दिन 2 दिन अचानक से आपने बंद कर दिया, तो you can have some very serious withdrawal symptoms as well. So that's why,
so that's the second thing. First is कि आपकी टॉलरेंस बढ़ती चली जाती है. सेकंड, देयर इज अ certain withdrawal symptoms. And anything else?
Other than this, you have severe craving,
despite knowing
that this is causing harm to me, it's causing harm to my body, it's causing problems in my life, this has sort of hijacked my life, and लोगों को समझ में आता है कि मुझे अब ये कम कर देना चाहिए. It's not like people don't know it, बट उनको बहुत इंटेंस क्रेविंग, उस टाइम पे जब क्रेविंग होती है, ये जजमेंट काम नहीं आती है, बिकॉज योर माइंड, इतनी इंटेंस डिज़ायर होती है उस चीज़ को लेने की, उस वक्त बस ये लगता है कि कहीं से वो चीज़ मिल जाए मुझे. एंड बाय हुक और
बाय
क्रुक।
हुक। तो वो घर पे अगर आप घर पे लड़ाई करके आप ले रहे हो,
लड़ाई करके ले लो,
या किसी को झूठ बोल के ले रहे
झूठ
हो,
बोल के ले
इमोशनल
लो,
ब्लैकमेल करके ले रहे हो,
यस दे यूड स्पेंड, यू नो दैट यू नीड टू सेव दिस मनी
जिस
फॉर
चीज़ को
समथिंग
बेच के ले
एल्स,
रहे हो।
एग्जैक्टली,
To the
yeah, I
point.
mean it could come to that point
Yeah.
that you know that you need to save this money for something else, but you would spend on it. You know that you're going to regret this decision, but that moment of desire is so intense that उस moment में समझ नहीं आता what is right or wrong. So you use despite harm, you have a loss of control, you have severe craving. So it's a very difficult state to be in, and
So
you need help to get out of it.
Okay. So that's why we can say that sugar, although आपको हैबिट है लेने की, आपको अच्छा लगता है, आपके सेम रिवॉर्ड्स सेंटर्स पे काम भी कर रहा है, बट वी कैन नॉट क्लिनिकली वी कैन नॉट से इट इज़ एडिक्टिव, बिकॉज ना तो आपका ऐसा नहीं है कि पहले आप 1 चम्मच चाय ले रहे चीनी ले रहे थे चाय में, अब आप 10 ले रहे हो 3 साल बाद, वो 1 चम्मच की ज़्यादा 1.5 चम्मच हो गया।
केमिकली इट वर्क्स ऑन द सेम पाथवे,
Exactly, yeah.
बट वो इस तरह से एस्केलेट नहीं होता है।
एग्जैक्टली।
Yeah.
एंड ना उसके विड्रॉल सिम्टम, ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने अगर मुझे 2 दिन मिठाई ना मिले तो मैं पागलपन हो जाएगा और कंपन हो जाएंगे,
Yeah.
ऐसा भी नहीं है। और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि मेरे को अगर चीनी नहीं मिली, मेरे को कोई पेस्ट्री नहीं मिली 1 हफ्ता, तो मैं अपना फ़ोन बेच के या कुछ बेच के किसी को झूठ बोल के मैं वो चीज़।
Symptoms are not this
Exactly.
escalated. I mean, people
So-
do have. I mean, sometimes they do consume sugar more than
They do.
that is good for them, and वो habit हो सकता है कि परपिचुएट करे, बट उसको अगर हम पर्सपेक्टिव में देखें विद अल्कोहल और टोबैको और अदर
गैम्बलिंग
सब्सटेंस,
उसमें आता है।
सर्टन बिहेवियर्स आर ऑल्सो कंसिडर्ड। आज के दिन में हम एडिक्शन के मॉडल में देखते हैं, लाइक गैम्बलिंग, लाइक स्क्रीन यूज, मोबाइल यूज, इंटरनेट गेमिंग।
स्क्रीन यूज को भी कैन वी से इट इज लाइक इज इट एडिक्शन या एडिक्टिव है, एडिक्शन नहीं है, कैसे आप? बिकॉज
Actually,
लॉट ऑफ यंगस्टर्स
right,
और हम
yes.
भी, हमारी जनरेशन भी, मेरा खुद, मैं तो खैर ऑनलाइन काम है, आई एम लाइक हुक टू स्क्रीन फॉर आई थिंक 8-9 आवर्स ऑन एन एवरेज। तो क्या मैं एडिक्टेड हूँ स्क्रीन को लेके? हाउ डू यू सी इट?
I'm glad we are steering to this conversation because it's very interesting and relevant for current times. तो कुछ behaviors जो आज की current modern behaviors हैं, sometimes when they go out of hand, वो pattern of behavior starts mimicking an addictive pattern. It's not a substance that we consume,
Okay.
but जिस तरह से हम इस behavior को कर रहे हैं, जैसे जैसे गैम्बलिंग आपने शुरू में बोला, उसी तरह से स्क्रीन यूज़ या इंटरनेट गेमिंग भी होता है, कभी कभी इंटरनेट गेमिंग भी करते हैं लोग, और या फ़ोन यूज़ है, उसको भी हम देखते हैं कि कुछ लोग दे गेट एडिक्टेड टू दैट बिहेवियर. It's not a substance, but it's a behavior. But the way you are doing that behavior, वो addictive कह सकते हैं हम. And it is seen in the, and उसको हम जो term use करते हैं, we call it a behavioral addiction. That this behavior has become an addictive kind of behavior. And it is seen nowadays and very common with young people, with adolescents. I've seen children who are hooked onto the screen for 10 hours. And there's this common term called tech neck.
Tech neck?
Yeah, techies who are on the screen, they're like this. And they have stiffness of neck, and there is spinal deformity sometimes. There is, there are reports of people having ophthalmologic issues because of constantly being on the screen. So this behavior gets problematic to the point that you're having mental symptoms, you're having physical symptoms. आजकल रिसर्च है that adolescents who are addicted to their screen, they show high rates of self-harming behavior, they have higher rates of anxiety, higher rates of depression. तो why is this behavior, how does this behavior get addictive? I mean, तो behavior है, कोई कुछ आप consume थोड़ी कर रहे हो. तो the thing is that हम क्या consume कर रहे हैं screen में mostly, you're looking at reels, one after the other, passive scrolling कर रहे हैं, doom scrolling कर रहे हैं. तो you also don't know what you're often if you see, especially if you observe young people, they're just passively scrolling at reels on Instagram or something like that. So you don't know what is going to come next. You're looking at a cat video, next then there's a sports video. That's the
algorithm at play, where you're just scrolling.
That and it's very random. I mean, and they make it addictive, that you have to scroll because you don't know what's going to come next. So you will be anticipating. आपको नहीं पता next क्या हो सकता है. Next there'll be an interview, then there'll be a makeup tutorial, then there'll be a funny video, then there'll be something aggressive. पहली चीज़, it's very stimulating. Lots of colors, lot of action. So वो जो stimulation होता है, your brain doesn't need that kind of stimulation. It's not good. वो dopamine release करती है आपके brain में, पहली चीज़. Second, the fact that you don't know what's going to come, that creates an anticipation in your brain. That also causes those micro dopamine release, spikes of dopamine, which is like an addictive cycle.
जो आप बोल रहे थे, it reward center को hijack कर लेता है.
I mean, it hijacks your reward cycle in a micro way. कि आपको पता नहीं next क्या है, so you need to know. So you keep scrolling, and the algorithms are set in because they need views, they need their stuff to get viral. So they do a lot of research into this, that what is going to work, what colors are going to work. You'll see that all the videos will have very bright colors, the sceneries are going to be extra green, and they'll see what colors work for what age group. They do phenomenal amount of research for this kind of work, but this is not good for your brain. And you're going to keep watching till the point your brain is extremely fatigued.
Okay.
And this is something that young clients tell us, that you also have to see that people work throughout the day, they're tired, they also want some relaxation, and they don't want to invest a lot of energy into that relaxation. They don't want to play chess or do sudoku and stuff like that. It's passive entertainment. वो कुछ नहीं करना. They want to lie on the bed and they just want to scroll. And often there are people who say कि हम ये करते करते हम सो जाते हैं. So it becomes a conditioned kind of behavior. And there are people who would say कि ये करे बिना हमें नींद नहीं आती. So these are.
नहीं तो वो क्या नींद है सही में?
It is not. You are zapping your brain off to the point of fatigue. And again, we were talking about melatonin a little while back. So this will interfere with your melatonin production. This will hyperstimulate your brain. It will release cortisol. We also have this unhealthy fascination with, what is the term called doom scrolling. हम war की videos देख रहे हैं. There was an earthquake recently. There was this video of this 5-star building infinity pool collapsing. It was there all over the place. Why do we need to see it 10 times, 20
videos आए हैं
times?
उसके वो बैंकॉक का जो होटल
So
था
that
जिसका
unconsciously triggers your flight and fight response in your brain. So all of this is.
And when this India Pakistan was
So doom scrolling is again another thing that people consciously or unconsciously we are engaging in, and this is stimulating us. If you see children's videos, they are full of colors, too much action, too much too much of music. It's all amplified, overstimulating, hyperstimulating. Whether it's music or whether it's so. Our brains don't need to be this stimulated all the time, but it is. Second thing is we're all the time getting notifications. Whether it's a WhatsApp message or an email, and we don't know whether it's an important message or whether it's just a random notification, whether it's a promotion or an advertisement, but we need to check. So
the urge to check.
So your brain is all the time active. And all the time anticipating something or the other. So all of this together makes the process, addictive. You're hooked to your phone, irrespective of whether you want or not. And of course, some people are more prone. Of course, I mean, not every person is hooked. So we have to be conscious of this process.
तो क्या कुछ strategies हो सकती हैं डॉक्टर जो specifically ये जो फ़ोन वाला addiction की जो बात की अभी तो क्या strategies हो सकती हैं कि because it is really affecting our mental health in many ways.
First thing is to be mindful of the process that all the content that we consume is meant to be addictive. First, we become conscious of that fact. Second is give ourselves digital detox. Consciously, mindfully give ourselves moments of digital detox. If you take a walk, maybe do it tech-free. Go out in nature. Observe your surroundings.
Rather than trying to take selfie with the sunset.
Yeah, other than trying to take selfie.
Best selfie leni hai sunrise ki.
Yeah, always, whenever you see something or whenever you have a good moment, happy moment, trying to capture it, enjoy it, be in that moment, absorb that moment, actually be happy rather than trying to document it and not actually look back at it ever. I mean, that's what we do, right?
Put kiya hai.
Yeah. Thank you. And and other thing is that, have some tech-free connection with your family, with your significant others. Like,
friends, partner.
Like, don't have phones on your dinner table. Or spend some one-to-one time with your partner, with your family, with your kids, when you don't have your phones around. Cook together, do gardening together, go for a walk together, or have a picnic when the phones are away. Don't have your phones on your bedside. Don't charge your phones while you're sleeping. When you wake up in the morning, give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes to just absorb the fact you're awake. All of us, I think, first thing we do is just check our phone. We don't need to do that. I mean, we don't even register the fact. Kya hi ho jayega? Yeah, I mean, we did not have this kind of connectivity only, I mean, probably not even a couple of decades back, right? And we were doing fine. So, yeah, I mean, it is an artificial urgency that we have created. Of course, the world needs it and it's made our lives easier. But we don't need to be slaves of that technology. So give ourselves some calm, mindful, tech-free moments in that truly enjoy our connections with others, connection with nature, with our own selves. And that really, and maybe indulge in some creative pursuits. All of us had some hobbies, certain passions that made us feel good. Bring that back for a few minutes even, some maybe, do a puzzle, crossword puzzle, or if listen to your favorite song maybe. I mean, while you're driving back from home, give some moments of, calmness to yourself when you're not just, wondering about what next email to send. Or of course, we need to live our lives and do our duties and all of that. But thoda sa step back from the digital world, then that is also enough to calm our brains, ground ourselves. That's a term that we use. And that often goes, does wonders for our mental health and well-being. So that is something very simple that we can do.
Let's try to conclude the whole conversation. और हमें बस बताओ कि ये 4-5 क्या प्रैक्टिकल चीज़ें कर सकते हैं फॉर अ वेरी साउंड मेंटल हेल्थ.
राइट. So, if we talk of mental wellness, जो हम wellness की बात करें कि अगर
that would be the right word, mental wellness, right?
Preserve our mental wellness. So, personally, if I say, जो पहली चीज़ हमें करनी चाहिए, as human beings, we are social animals. We need social connection. कितना भी हम एलियनेट हो जाए, वी क्रेव. हमने ये पूरी सोसाइटी इतनी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सोशल स्ट्रक्चर इसीलिए बनाया है.
वो बचपन में पढ़ते थे, मैन इज अ ग्रेगरियस एनिमल.
यस एंड आयरॉनिकली वो करते करते हमने इतनी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बना दी है सोसाइटी को कि वी हैव एलियनेटेड आवरसेल्व्स. सो फर्स्ट थिंग दैट वी नीड टू डू इज ब्रिंग बैक दैट सोशल, real true social connection in our life. Identify who is that part of that safety network for you. Who are those significant people? Not the ones who click like on your picture. Who are those people jab aap truly, you're down and out, when you're unwell? Who are the ones who show up for you? Spend time with them. Show up for them. Have good time, real physical time with them, whether your family, your spouse, your siblings, your friends. Create that real social connection. Have quality time with them. One.
Serotonin, oxytocin, dono.
Yes. Get those neurochemicals spiking in your brain. That will make you feel good in a enduring way, and it goes really long for your mental well-being. It makes you feel good in a true sense. Spend quality time with people.
So that's the first thing. Come back to the real world.
Yes.
Okay. What next?
Second is identify the stressors in your life. See, we have fast, difficult lives with a lot of things in the air, a lot of balls in the air, and we have to live our lives, right? It's our reality.
That's the reality of modern world.
Yes. But, and we all have stresses. It maybe you have a high-flying corporate job, very demanding corporate job. You have relationship issues, financial issues,
Maid नहीं
whatever.
आई, maid नहीं
Maid
आई,
नहीं
बहुत बड़ा
आई,
issue
you
है।
have a job and a kid, whatever. हम अपने स्ट्रेस को brush it under the carpet, we go into denial, या हम बस we keep on struggling with it without really doing anything about it, till the point that it becomes so overwhelming कि वो हमें डिस्ट्रेस देने लग जाती है. टाइम से अपने स्ट्रेस को आइडेंटिफाई करिए. ऑफन प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग इज़ पॉसिबल इफ़ वी सॉल्व इट ऑन टाइम. अपने लेवल पे हम अपने प्रॉब्लम्स को अगर हेल्दी तरीके से एड्रेस करें, वी हैव mature conversations, do what it takes if it's possible. So look at those sore spots in your life, see what can be done, and do it. Take help if required. So second is that see what are the stresses in your life and what you can do about it.
Try to address them.
Yeah.
Okay. So second.
Right. Third is see what you can do about your lifestyle, sleep, appetite, the kind of work, that great work that you're doing in this forum.
So right, nutrition, regular
Yes.
exercise, sleep hygiene,
appetite,
stay away from
yes.
stimulants,
Yes.
या फिर
And,
अल्कोहल, निकोटीन इनसे दूर रहो.
Yeah.
That could be
A healthy mind can only stay in a healthy body. If your body is not fit, your body is not healthy, it will have an effect on your mental health as
काफी
well.
synergistic relationship है दोनों का.
Absolutely. I mean, mind and body are not two separate
Absolutely.
compartments. They
ठीक
are
है.
interlinked. So take care of your nutrition, take care of your hydration. We know that, just 150 minutes of exercise in a week, that's all it takes. That's not a lot per day, right? It releases endorphins in your body. Endorphins are the natural happy hormones.
Exactly.
They relieve stress, they reduce pain perception, they make you feel good. Hydration is very important. Dehydration से भी anxiety होती है. We don't drink enough water. Urban individuals भूल जाते, पानी पीना भूल जाते काम करते करते. And that's such a simple fixable solution, right? So eat enough fresh fruits and vegetables. High carb, high refined carb, high sugar, high preservatives, these are also linked with depression and anxiety. There is research.
Okay.
And we, day in, day out,
Vitamin
we do
DB?
Yes, vitamin D
deficiency of vitamin
deficiency.
D?
We are all the time inside our offices and houses. We don't get enough sunlight. So again, these are very small, sustainable solutions जो हम कर सकते हैं. And they have significant effect on our mental health.
जी.
So this is very important and we should all जितना हो सके हमें करना सोचेंगे इसके बारे में तो थोड़ा बहुत करेंगे. Right. Then the fourth important thing is bring back some form of healthy form of recreation in your life. जब हम छोटे थे there were some hobbies, some passions that we used to follow जो हम करते थे जिससे हमें खुशी मिलती थी. In the long run, in the rat race of life, we just push it in
We're
the
not playing any
background.
sports. We're not.
We don't
not
paint,
pursuing
we
any
don't
hobbies.
sing, we don't read poetry, and maybe just for 15 minutes in a day, once or twice in a week, but give yourself that time, that off time, tech-free time, and reconnect with your hobbies. Maybe just take a walk, but that is also important to unwind, to switch off from the daily grind. That is also very important for mental wellness. And creativity is known to, and again, I go back to biology, all of it. It's not just feel good or just for the sake of saying. Creative pursuits are said to improve synaptic connections, connections between neurons in our brain. It's said that
Keeps our brain
it keeps
healthy.
your brain young.
Young,
It protects us from disorders like dementia. So, I mean, it has a significant benefit for our mental health. It's not just for the sake of saying or just for feeling good. So, and not, I mean, you don't have to spend hours for it. Just find half an hour for yourself. And it's possible. I mean, we can squeeze that time in for ourselves. Right. And finally, become more mindful of our behavior. Because, mental illnesses, they don't just appear de novo. Our behavior starts changing slightly. And we probably realize when things go beyond a certain threshold. But if we are a little introspective of our behavior, if we start reflecting on our own selves that I was able to do this work easily, why do I get so flustered now? और अब मुझे इतना जल्दी क्यों स्ट्रेस हो जाता है, थोड़ा
मुझे
सा
इतना
भी
जल्दी
काम,
क्यों गुस्सा आ जाता है, या
why
मैं
do I
इतना
lose my temper so
चिड़चिड़ा क्यों हो
easily,
गया हूँ.
why am I having fights with everybody, why do I not feel a connect with others nowadays, why nothing drives me anymore. And seek help if required on time, you know, speak to your trusted you know, colleagues or friends, to people who you feel comfortable with first, or
तो इससे पहले कि वो पहाड़ बन जाए, आप
Yeah,
उसको उसी टाइम पे
yeah.
एड्रेस करो, ट्राई
Right,
टू रिफ्लेक्ट
right.
इट एंड देन ट्राई टू एड्रेस इट, मे बी यू नो स्पीक टू
Exactly.
योर सेफ्टी नेट
Yeah, or
एंड
if
डिस्कस.
somebody has, you know, pointed it out that you look different, or you know, used to do this,
पहले
so
तो ऐसे नहीं थे
yeah,
यार,
पहले तो ऐसे नहीं थे, or you could manage this so well, what happened, or you're having, you know, issues somewhere. Reflect on that, and it's okay to seek help on, and you know, the earlier you seek help, the better all outcomes are, the easier it is to manage, and all kinds of help are available.
एंड क्विकर यू आर एबल टू कम आउट ऑफ
Yes, the quicker you're
situation.
able to bounce back to your own
Normal
self,
self,
normal self, yeah. So it just takes a little bit of reflection and mindfulness, and yeah, that I think that's the final thing that I would like to
एंड
say.
अगर वो जो फिफ्थ पॉइंट आपने बोला कि रिफ्लेक्ट करो अपने बिहेवियरल पैटर्न्स को, अगर उसमें आपको तकलीफ हो रही है, यू आर नॉट एबल टू एड्रेस देम, यू आर नॉट एबल टू ओवरकम देम, फाइंड सोल्यूशन फॉर देम, आपके चिड़चिड़ेपन का या आपके ओवर थिंकिंग का, तो फिर आप जैसे लोगों के पास हम आ सकते हैं.
Yes, of course. It always is good to seek help when you're not able to. I mean, we take help for everything, right? So there's no harm in seeking help when you're not able to manage something on your own, and it really changes things for you. So
तो
yeah.
वो एक मैं कहीं पढ़ भी रहा था कि योर विलिंगनेस टू टेक हेल्प सेज अ लॉट अबाउट योर सेल्फ एस्टीम. जिन लोगों का सेल्फ एस्टीम अच्छा होता है, दे आर मोर ओपन in seeking help.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's ironic that people feel that if I seek help, I'll seem like I'm weak. I should deal with this. मैं छोटा हो जाऊँगा, या I should deal with this on my own. Rather, it's the opposite. It takes more courage to. I mean, it's a sign of courage to embrace your vulnerability, to seek help, and it changes your life, right? So one should always seek help when you need. There's nothing wrong in that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ananya. That was mind-blowing, wonderful, and really eye-opening. And हमने कितने सारे topics को discuss किया, और आपने इतने प्लेन सिंपल शब्दों में इतनी सारी चीज़ें बताई. स्ट्रेस, एंग्जाइटी, डिप्रेशन, पोस्टपार्टम डिप्रेशन, एडिक्शन भी, फिर एडोलेसेंस, स्क्रीन, एंड देन फाइनली यू नो द टिप्स वी नीड टू टेक केयर, वी कैन डू टू टेक केयर ऑफ आवर मेंटल वेल बीइंग. थैंक यू सो मच.
थैंक यू.
और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि देयर स्टिल मोर टू डिस्कस. I think I'll invite you again, where we'll discuss more on mental well-being, maybe mental health के कुछ disorders भी discuss करेंगे. I think मुझे याद आ रहा है कि हमने eating disorders discuss नहीं किए. बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो हैं जो अभी हम discuss नहीं किए हैं, और ये काफ़ी vast है. आज बात करके मुझे लगा कि कितना vast है ये.
I'm glad that mental health is finally getting the kind of space that it deserves, and we're having these conversations. And I realize that the more we talk about it, and we realize कि कितनी और बातें हैं करने की, but it's good to begin, and I'll really look forward to have more conversations with you.
And certainly we'll call you again, and we'll discuss more topics regarding mental health, mental well-being, और काफ़ी कुछ और डिस्कस करना है.
And it's great the kind of work that you're doing, because all of it, all the fitness and lifestyle related work that you do, all of it goes towards perpetuating positive mental health or mental wellness. So yeah, that's all linked with mental health. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you Ashish.
Okay. अब तक आपको समझ आ गया होगा कि मेंटल हेल्थ, मेंटल वेलबींग कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट है. इफ़ यू वांट टू सीक हेल्प, डॉक्टर अनन्या के क्लिनिक की डिटेल्स डिस्क्रिप्शन में हैं. प्लीज़ ये वीडियो अपने फैमिली ग्रुप्स में शेयर करो और सब्सक्राइब करो हमारे चैनल को. सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वन.